Hello everyone, I'm back again with more of the Somnium Files, the nirvanA initiative. We're picking up right where we left off. And we are looking through the VR studio.
The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years.
Yes.
It will soon become a reality.
If he's willing to lie about one thing, he's willing to lie about everything.
Okay then, let's begin.
The experiment worked!
Why'd they pick that scene?
Happy Shikara.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation.
I feel calm when I'm around nature.
So he's like a wolf boy.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray
Why are
mode
there so
too.
many people back there?
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
What the hell is that? Why do they have mannequins hiding behind the sun? That's creepy.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip.
Wow.
Kind of like a man's you-know-what.
Couldn't you have compared it to a fish hook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. The signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
Fascinating.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Shut up.
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Signboard was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove. Okay. Oh, let's look at
What's
the corpse.
this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction.
Thermite?
When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Okay, so we figured out how they burn the body. First impact, fuse and substance causes decay. That's all kinds of creepy.
Looks like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen. These aren't good for much other than...
Yeah. Why are there mannequins back here?
The questions for the quiz Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th.
6 o'clock on the 9th.
Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago.
40 hours ago.
Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Corpse was kept someplace warm. Okay.
It's a signboard.
Yeah,
We don't care about the signboard. What's this?
maybe it's for
Doesn't seem to be anything else I can look at in X-ray mode.
Getting a better look at it. It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT,
Carbon
or
nanotube.
carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it.
Thank you, Thomas.
By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel.
Wow.
Anyway, Where is the other end of...
The electric kettle. I could have sworn I saw it over there before.
That way.
The light switch.
Over by that red lamp. What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
Why is it tied to the light switch? So they turned off the lights, the body showed up, and when they turned the lights back on, he blew up. No, it activated the reaction that blew him up.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Truth or enactment allows you to find the truth of the information you've gathered, answer the question with the best answer. By correctly answering the question, will choose.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
Someone flipped
That's the switch.
Yeah, let's
the
not
light
overthink
switch.
this. Someone simply walked.
But no one was near the... Let's try to think...
Rats. How'd the lights get turned off?
There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
So the body dropped and turned off the lights.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on
Okay.
to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Rigor mortis.
The culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now, for the final question, why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
Just gotta look at all this gross stuff inside of it.
Because of the contraption set up inside the body.
Some crazy contraption.
The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse.
Why did we use X-ray mode on this when we were here the first time?
I get it.
Oh, because it burned.
It was hard to
Never
find
mind.
traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
Oh boy.
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going...
Are
Yeah.
we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Macadamy? Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started. Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, Prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
Aha.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
How are we supposed to get up there if this is VR?
it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body.
Huh?
The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! It needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it!
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it.
Uh-huh.
The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere.
Then what happened to the other half?
Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Okay. We've solved the case, except for figuring out who did it. You know, the important part.
It all makes sense now.
Does it?
That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't, though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere.
Why is the other half appearing 6 years in the future?
Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
Uh-huh. Why would they blow it
Their
up?
goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
TNT is highly flammable carbon material. It doesn't thin. Highly flammable carbon doesn't thin against a 3,000 degree temperature. It bonds with oxygen and carbon dioxide, which helps to extinguish the flame. Interesting. How long
The
would
culprit
rigor
must
mortis
have
be?
wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
Aha.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what?
Yeah.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Fascinating. But who the hell did it?
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show.
So we should talk to someone in
There must
production.
be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean the director, Shinpei Wagai?
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now, at the Maid Cafe Sunfish
Yes!
Pocket.
Finally, we're going to Sunfish Pocket. Oh, it's the mermaid from last game. Jinpei, I need to speak with you about murder.
There he is.
Ah, shit.
Why do you have a gun?
Damn!
Jinpei? Why are you pulling out a gun at the maid cafe? I thought you got out of the gangster life. I trusted you. Okay, these QTEs aren't that bad yet. Whew, I almost hit R2 by mistake. I thought you got out of the Yakuza lifestyle.
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right?
I can't go to jail.
That's why I accepted his offer in the first place.
His?
I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror.
Terror!
I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said,
I'll borrow your studio for an hour on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do allow anyone in the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked. That's all. 5 million?
so me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
We're class 3A at Sekiba High.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
Can we bring Jinpei with us? We need him to pick up the money. Huh?
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics, Chikara Horodori.
Chikara?
No way. It can't be.
But the money. Oh boy, the shrine again. I've got good and bad memories of this place. Did we
Mr.
not
Date
investigate?
told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
What's happening? Why'd they kill the doctor?
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then.
We have no information about the crime scene.
It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
Alright, let's X-ray the corpse. What is there?
I'm
cash
sorry,
in there?
Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out? The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that it has no guts!
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
Why are they harvesting organs? The corpse is on the blackboards because it doesn't have internal organs anymore. The open space in the body has a lower pressure than the outside. It's like a suction cup. They suction cup this
Chikara's
corpse to
right
the
side.
wall!
The cross-section is stuck right onto
Oh
the
god, we're gonna
blackboard.
find all the left sides in the future.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th, right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
Tokiko?
Looks like there aren't any other clues here.
That's it? We created the crime scene to figure out he has no guts?
Well, satisfied? I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
Damn it, Gen, why do you have to know about all the secrets? Talk about
I
Nile.
think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Chimpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Chimpei.
How would they know though?
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
He's terrifying.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
Unless she has a twin.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible. In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
I don't think they're gonna let us see her this time.
I've been expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I knew you would come see me.
How you doing, Mamoru?
These aren't sunglasses. It's a fairy's black bra.
Ah,
What a degenerate.
of course.
Not really. She's a kind woman. But I obviously wouldn't tell you even if I did know something. As her secretary, it's part of my job to protect her
Dude,
secrets.
you get really unlucky with who you bodyguard. The last person you bodyguard was evil. How do I know this person's not evil?
Mamoru is an excellent employee who faithfully fulfills his duties. I have complete trust in him.
I'm honored to hear that. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as well.
Gag.
As you know, this is the president's office at the NICE Japan branch.
The world is full of rubbish. Such things should all be watched.
What's her full name? Does it fit into the characters of the first one? Oh, I got a performance review. What did I do? Oh yeah, I got egoism. File. No. Togiko. Skills prophecy. How to explain how she knew we were coming. Oh, her birthday's coming up. No dislikes. Uh-huh. Okay. Yes, Santa's real. Good night. I get some life counseling before we do anything stupid.
They should really put more effort into.
Dress up.
I will. Shark? It's a mask. It's a mask that makes you want to run a death game for 9 people. Yeah, looks.
I love that.
Come, I will be your. This white part, you can paint it whatever color you want.
Whoa! Okay, back it up, back it up.
I feel kind of hot. Maybe it's just my imagination.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, okay? Worried about relationships?
Yes.
Something happened with your partner?
I don't have a lover.
Yeah, something like that. Can't express yourself well?
Maybe I don't do this part on stream. At least not honestly. Anyways.
That was my thinking when I designed this room.
You designed it?
Yes, the flow of water cleanses one's heart, just like the flow of time.
Okay. That's, interesting. Let me look at your house plant.
The symbol of Na. There are 4 unseen X's hidden within. They represent the truth of the world you live in. That is yet another meaning inside the non-Yapal X.
You know
No,
Shinpei?
I don't.
Then do you know about terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes. This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes.
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't help you, but
I've
didn't
solved the
teleport.
mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. We live in a simulation? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense.
Don't say that in the room where she could easily murder you and flush you down the
Just a
river.
ludicrous myth, like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa. I'm sure there are people who'd like to believe in
Get
these
some Kappa
things.
in the chat.
And there are groups who profit by making people believe.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of Nyes
No
have
Kappa in
nothing
the
to
chat?
do with
Alright,
this.
that's fine.
Are you sure about that? All the pieces would fit together if Nyes is the one that made the QR video. The falsified paranormal phenomenon. What was written on the signboard. It all advances your agenda. Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video by showing that sign along with the corpse on stream?
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place?
Excellent
Are
question.
you saying there is some message urging people to join Nyes in it?
Let's talk
I
about
know of the
Chikara.
incident, of course.
Yes, I know you have an alibi.
Uh-huh, because you were with
We
me.
were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent. You are the president of Nyes. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
Are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
I'm not ruling it out of the realm of possibility yet.
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
Remember what Tokiko said. Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent. Their order and Nyes are...
Perhaps Nyes and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations.
Perhaps.
It is true that Nyes and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades. We are living in a simulation, a false world. And from this false world, we seek emancipation. That is what Nyes believes. On the other hand, the Order of Percent, we are living in a simulation, a false world. But they wish to remain imprisoned within it forever.
Forever?
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
Like a GTA?
A game that lets you rob, murder, blow things up, leave a trail of debris wherever you go. An
GTA.
absurd, heinous game where you can freely commit all sorts of horrible crimes.
Grand Theft Auto.
I've never played anything like that, but I know what you mean.
Then you can understand. If this is a false world created by someone, then the Order of Percent believe they can do whatever they wish.
Like have their bodies be cut in half and split between timelines.
To them, this place is a true utopia. A dream world where they're allowed to do anything they want with no real consequences.
That's why they want to live here forever?
Exactly.
I get it. That's why Chikara was researching immortality.
In theory, using purge, even immortality is achievable. The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
I'm
about
aware that
immortality.
Chikara was very particular about immortality. However, I will say one thing. One must not believe in eternal youth. Eternal youth is a lie.
Okay. I can agree with that.
By the way, Mr. Ryuki, do you remember what you said earlier? Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. That is clearly false. The simulation theory is not occult. It falls within the realm of science. In fact, many esteemed scientists have given serious thought to the matter. The theory was originally proposed by a Swedish philosopher.
Swedes.
However, the concept has been around since long ago, even as far back as the days of Plato and Zhuangzi. This world may be an illusion. At least, there is no way to prove it isn't an illusion.
Not wrong.
There are great people throughout history who have held such ideas.
But there's no way to prove it is an illusion either, is...
No, there is plenty of science to support it. The holographic principle, theory of relativity, the measurement problem in quantum theory can also be considered proof. I'd like to ask you one thing. Beings that are far more intelligent and advanced than we humans. Do you believe a civilization of such beings exists anywhere in this world? And by this world, I mean all possible worlds in the entire universe, including those outside of our own.
Well, somewhere out there, probably.
I agree. Taking that into consideration, we're left with three possibilities. 1. Civilization hasn't reached a level of technology advanced enough to create a simulation that can't be distinguished from reality. 2. Civilization has reached a level of technology advanced enough to accomplish this, but it hasn't for some reason. 3. Civilization has reached that level of technology and has no strong reason not to use it. Therefore, they've proceeded with creating an intricate simulation. Which of these do you think is most likely?
Are you saying it's 3?
That is what a famous Swedish philosopher believed, at least. He further explains, that civilization must have run simulations millions or even trillions of times, in which case, It would make sense to believe our world would be included in one of those simulations.
Fascinating.
You're saying it's far more likely that we're one of the countless simulated worlds, rather than a world that exists in the one and only reality. Do I have that right?
Yes.
A simulation in the real world, maybe a simulation itself, kind of like Matryoshka doll, just so you know, I'm not saying I'm a simulation theory. There is it too credible because of this Matryoshka aspect. Okay.
I see. Then let us leave it at that.
Ah, shoot! I should have talked about the other things!
But unlike Chikara, I have no interest in the concept of immortality, because my objective is to tear at the seams of this world and emancipate us all.
Tear at the seams like a terror.
So you mean dying?
No. Death and emancipation are completely different. I have no desire to commit suicide, though I would be fine with dying at any time.
Because this world isn't real.
There is that, yes. However, there is another reason. If I wish to do so, I can resurrect myself. We are living in a false world created by a program. Therefore, if we can rewrite its code, we can create miracles, like reincarnation, or even bringing someone who has already passed back to life.
Has this woman lost it?
Probably!
Ryuki, you were right. There's clearly a lot.
Yeah. Let's check with WingSync.
Alright, it's wink sinking time! Whee!
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
Wow. What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
What is it she saw?
I don't know. This is as far as we can get through WingSync.
Alright, let's sync with her!
Yes, let's get a deeper using a regular sync.
Tokiko, I'm gonna need you to come down to the station.